Now let's come on to the paper PM syllabus. Paper PM syllabus actually covered these 1 to A, B, C, D, E area. These are the topical areas. These are actually the the syllabus areas. So in every syllabus area, there are different chapters. There are different chapters and different topics. So first of all, let's start with this area number A, and that's called Management Information System and Data Analytics. Now let me give you the overview of this section, area A, that is Management Information System and Data Analytics. What does it mean? You know that when you are the paper PM means it is a performance management. Paper PM means it is the performance management. Paper PM means it's a performance management, right? Now let's say, for example, you are running the airline company. Performance management means that you are supposed to manage the entire organization. You have to manage the entire organization. This is the performance of the organization, and you have to manage it. As a chief executive officer, in order to make the decision for the company, you need a very solid, relevant, timely, and reliable information. And for that, you need to build, in today's modern world, you need to build the information system. You need to build the information system, right? You need to build the information system. Let's say, for example, in today's world, everything is gonna, on the mobile app, on the computer application, and all this stuff. So basically, in order to finalize the decision, we all need the information. And obviously, in order to collect the information, there should be the precise system. There should be the system, right? And you need to analyze the data as well. You need to analyze the data as well. Now, let me give you the data analytics tips. What does it mean? Now, please focus that, let's assume that you are running an airline company, and you must need to know, in order to run an airline company, you need to analyze the data. You need to analyze the data. Now, what does it mean? You need to analyze the data. You need to study the pattern. You need to study the pattern of the public. You need information. You need data analytics. You need to study the pattern of the travelers. Let's say, for example, there is a summer season, and most of the families, travel around the world, and you need the information that how many passengers prefer European side, American side, Asian side. You need to analyze, break down the data. Data analytics means gather the data, filter it out according to your need, and analyze it, and then take the decision. So in order to run an organization, you must need the information. You need the data analytics and all that stuff. Area B, specialist cost and management accounting techniques. Now, what does this section include? This is basically area, and there are different topics which you will be learning, and these are covered in your, in your lectures, on your VLS portal. Now, this is specialist cost and management accounting techniques. What does it include? If you start any business, now let's say, for example, there is a watch in my wrist, and I am the manufacturer of this watch. I need to have the cost of raw materials. I need to have the cost of labor. I need to estimate other overheads as well. So there is the specialist cost and management accounting techniques. Now, what does it mean? It means that before going to start any project, before going to start any production, you need costing. So this section covers costing techniques, that how to cost your products. Because if you are running a trading business, there's a different costing. If you are running the service organization, the costing is different. If you are running the manufacturing organization, obviously the costing is much more complicated, and you need to do that costing, obviously. So this section covers the cost accounting techniques. And you have already studied this costing techniques in your earlier paper MA, and in this paper PM, The I can give you the example like absorption costing, activity based costing. There is life cycle costing, target costing, environmental accounting, throughput accounting. So these are different costing techniques. Now why do you cost your products? So that you cost your product, you add the profit markup, and quote the selling price. Area C. Area C is about the decision making techniques. Now, while studying this section, Area C, decision making techniques, you must need to have clarity in your mind that you are in that position, in your office chair. You are sitting in that chair, you are sitting on that position where you have to take the decision of the organization. Now, let me give you the example. In this particular section, there is a topic of pricing. Now, pricing means microeconomics. Pricing means economics, that is the selling price. So we are not going to make you people the economists. You are the decision maker of the company. And if there is this is the product in my hand, and if I have to quote the selling price, I must need to understand that what is the behavior of the customer, what is law of demand. For example, I cannot increase the selling price. If I will increase the selling price, the demand will be reducing slowly and gradually. So I need to consider that factor in my decision making, that up to what extent the selling price could be raised or should be reduced in order to match the demand. Obviously, at the end, you want the profit. So while studying this section, you are sitting in that position of the company where you have to take the decisions of the company. So feel like the CEO, feel like the decision maker, right? So again, in this section, there is different other topics as well, like risk and uncertainty. If you start any kind of a particular project, so there is obviously the risk, there is uncertainty, and you have to consider that risk as well, and you have to take the decision. Right? So this area is called the decision making technique. And if you are, let's say, for example, facing shortage of raw material, shortage of resources, so what will be your decision? You have to utilize your resources in an optimal manner. So this area C, section C, is the decision making techniques, that there are different kind of varieties of circumstances and you have to take the decisions accordingly. Area D, budgeting and control, a very important area. Obviously, when you are going to start any project, when you are going to do any kind of thing, you need to prepare the budget. It includes fixed budget, flex budget, and all these things. And control means that when you prepare the budget, there is a variance. What is variance? Variance means the difference between the difference between the budget or the standard and what is the actual thing. So you calculate the variance as well. Variance means what should be the cost and what is the actual cost, so that you will be able to take the decision, which is the control technique for the upcoming time period. So budgeting is a very important thing. Or you people are the student, if you are a working professional, and if you are running your home as well, you are managing the study, so you have to make the budget. You have to make the budget for your home, you have to make the budget for your studies, you have to make the budget for holidays, you have to make the budget for every kind of activity. For example, if you're a student and you are running on the pocket money by your parents, so you are making the budget for your chilling out with the friends, and all, you are actually making the budget. So everybody does prepare the budget. So budgeting and control means this area covers budgeting and control, right? Budgeting and control. Next, performance measurement and control. Now, what is performance measurement and control? Performance measurement means when you are done with the activity. When you are done with the activity, now let's say, for example, when you are done with the activity, any kind of activity you done, so you have to measure the performance. You have to measure the performance. That means analyze the performance. How was it? How was it? Now let me give you the example. In your exam, there was a case study. In your exam, there was a case study, and that case study was, now let's say, for example, there was a case study of a hotel. There was a case study of a hotel, and you have to visualize that there's a hotel, there's a swimming pool, there's a cafeteria, and there are financial and non-financial results of the company, and you are the one who is the judge at that particular moment. At that particular moment, you are acting as a CEO, and you are looking down line the company, and you are analyzing the performance, right? You are analyzing the performance. So you have to measure the performance, whether your performance is good or poor or whatever, so that if your performance is not up to the mark, So it can be improved in the future, right? So this is the performance measurement and control. In the past, there was a case of the online store. Online store, you people know that, see, you are learning online. So the point is that there was an online store, there were sales, there were costs, and you are being asked to measure the performance, right? You are being asked to measure the performance. So this section covers performance measurement and control, and I call this section as a backbone of the syllabus. Why? Because the name of the subject is performance management, and this is the section called performance measurement. Measurement will be after the work has been done. Area F, employability and technological skills. This is not actually the examinable area. These are the examinable area. This is just the thing that how to how the ACCA practice platform works. So this is the area on that actually. This is the area on that actually. It is not the examinable content.